Hello Cloud Pedagogians, welcome to AWS Cloud Fundamental course. It is the perfect way to get started with AWS, even for beginners. Before starting anything, we always wonder, why should I choose this? In this case, is the AWS career path the right choice to advance my career? Definitely yes. Learning new technology obviously always advances the career. That too most important in the field of computer technology. Being one of the best cloud computing services, AWS as a career path is the right choice to advance your career. In this course, we focus on valuable insights on AWS cloud services and also gives you hands-on knowledge of migrating an application from local computer to AWS cloud. You will also learn the key concepts behind cloud computing and explore AWS services using real-life examples covering computing, networking, storage, databases, security, and more. This course is not only intended for people working in IT or IT-related fields, but also for beginners. Even if you have a general knowledge of IT topics but have yet to learn much about the AWS cloud, this course is addition for you. So to kick off this course, first we will cover the basics of what is cloud, the benefits of the cloud, the AWS global infrastructure, and identity and access management. This will give you a solid foundation for learning the rest of the more technical topics contained in the course. Then we will focus on computing, and for this topic we will dig into services like Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, AWS container services like Amazon Elastic Container Service, and serverless compute options like AWS Lambda. Then we will discuss networking in AWS using services like Amazon Virtual Private Cloud and other networking technologies used for creating, securing, and connecting to your own private network in AWS. For storage, we will explore how and when to use Amazon S3, Amazon Elastic Block Store, and others. When it comes to the databases, we will cover use cases around the many different database services AWS has to offer, but with a special focus on Amazon Relational Database Service and Amazon DynamoDB. Then finally, we will discuss monitoring and scaling your application. For that, we will use Amazon CloudWatch and Amazon EC2 Auto Scaling alongside Elastic Load Balancing and many more. We are not going to focus on theory alone in this course. Instead, we will use a hands-on example through a cloud-based application that will build over the duration of the course, like piece by piece. The application we will build is a student directory application that stores images and information about fictional students in our Cloud Pedagogy Institute. As I have already mentioned, there is no coding requirement for this course. For all of the exercises, you will use the AWS Management Console within your own AWS account. We are not going to focus on theory alone in this course. Instead, we will use a hands-on example through a cloud-based application that will build over the duration of the course, like piece by piece. The application we will build is a student directory application that stores images and information about fictional students in our Cloud Pedagogy Institute. As I have already mentioned, there is no coding requirement for this course. For all of the exercises, you will use the AWS Management Console within your own AWS account. Now we'll try to understand how the student directory application works. Throughout all the topics over the duration of the entire course, we will be using a sample student directory web application to demonstrate how AWS services are used, and we will be using the same application to give you some hands-on experience through exercises done in your own AWS account. Let's go ahead and take a look at the student directory application. As you can see, I'm already in the browser and I have this student directory application up and running. And what I want to do now is show you the functionality of this app. This is a basic CRUD app, or create, read, update, delete application. This application keeps track of students working within our institute. So the first thing I want to do here is create a new student. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and click Add. Then I'm going to give the student name. I'm just going to add myself here. My location is India. My department is Cloud Trainer. So I'll go ahead and click Save. And then you can see now we have the saved banner popped up and we are back on the home page. And I actually forgot to add a picture for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the student and then I'm going to click the edit button. Now I'm going to select a file here which is just a picture of something. And then I'll click Save. And now we can see that this student has a photo. One more thing that this app can do is we can delete student. So I'll go ahead and do that. And now you can see we have an empty directory again. So far we have seen the application in the user perspective. But our goal is to implement this app using AWS services. To do so, we will try to review and analyze this app using AWS services. First thing, this application will be built in a private network using Amazon Virtual Private Cloud or VPC. So let's start adding this to the diagram. Next, we will host the application's backend code on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud or EC2, which is a service that essentially offers virtual machines on AWS. So let's go ahead and add those services to our diagram as well. The student data will be stored in a database which we will also live inside of this network. And this will be hosted using a service called Amazon Relational Database Service or RDS. Or we might be hosting it on Amazon DynamoDB. So we will add both of these to our diagram. The images for the students will be stored using the object stored service Amazon Simple Storage Service or what we call S3, which will allow the unlimited storage of any file type like the images in this example. So these are the basic building blocks of our application, but we are not done yet. We are also going to use Amazon CloudWatch for monitoring the solution, and we want to ensure that our application is scalable and fault tolerance. So I'm going to add an elastic load balancer here which will distribute the traffic across the EC2 instances. And we will also add Amazon EC2 auto scaling to this diagram so that way our solution can scale out with demand and scale in when demand decreases. For security and identity, we will be using Amazon Identity and Access Management or IAM. So you can see that there are a lot of different pieces on this diagram. But don't worry, we are going to build this app step by step using the AWS Management Console. We will add to this diagram reference to it and change it through the course to meet our needs. With this, I hope you got a clear understanding of what we are going to cover in this course. Hope it was interesting and helpful. See you in my next video.